Well, hello and welcome back. And today we are back at the Neville house, and we just had a very successful but very tiring cooking demonstration day today. And Carol here was the main attraction. So yeah, would you just tell a little bit about yourself and what exactly you do here? So yes.
Well, I'm just a guest presenter today. Typically, I'm at the Depreciation Lands Museum. I've come down a couple of different times to Woodville, and I've enjoyed my time down here. Different events and doing different activities. Today I was cooking on the fire outside. I made 3 different dishes. One was very simple, which is a baked onion, just served as a type of side dish. I also made a baked boiled apple pudding, which is a sweet pudding demonstrating the use of white sugar by the upper class citizens. And I made a chicken fricassee, again, which would be something that upper class would be very familiar with because of the use of chickens, which would be something that would be expensive to be able to eat and process. So that's what we did today. And then I did a demonstration on many of my herbs and spices that are very commonplace in 18th century cooking, as well as some of the wines and different utensils that are used in 18th century cooking.
Great, very good. Great. Well, you're very, obviously very knowledgeable, and you've done cooking at this point for both people on the frontier, like how the common folk would have eaten, versus today how the gentry would have eaten if you were cooking for the Nevilles. Is there a difference between how the common people, obviously there is, but how the common people would have eaten versus how, say, you would have cooked for somebody like the Nevilles?
Well, basically the cooking in the 18th century was over an open fire, no matter who you were. Common people would have been cooking themselves, and the gentry obviously would have had servants and people cooking for them. The ingredients are the main thing. Nevilles would have the finances and the accessibility to citrus. So the chicken fricassee does have lemon in it. The apple pudding is also served with a little bit of lemon squeezed over it to cut the sweetness. They also had access to white sugar, which was a very expensive type of ingredient. So that would be their reasoning for having a sweet pudding rather than just savory puddings.
Yes. Great. Yes, and so what sort of, here's the fun part, what sort of research do you do to research your recipes?
Well, I have several different receipt books. Receipt is just a generic term for a list of items, which is what the books, or what we call recipes now, are. Also, I research a lot online, working with people that are much more knowledgeable than myself. I do a lot of that. I ask a lot of questions of people, going to different events, and my mother tells me that I play, stump the docent, because I go to other museums and I ask questions that sometimes they aren't able to answer.
Right.
So then I get on this quest of finding the answer myself.
Right, and that's good too, because perhaps maybe that helps the docent, to be like, oh, well, you know what, maybe I should look that up too so I can answer that question, and maybe add more to my tour or whatever they're doing. What would you say, what are your favorite receipt books?
I'm going to say that the most commonplace books that are used are the Hannah Glass,
Yes.
and the Amelia Simmons. I don't know that they're my favorite, but they are definitely a go-to,
Okay.
because they have not only the gentry class receipts in it, but they also have commonplace receipts. And I, being one of those that colors outside the box a lot,
Yeah.
I have expanded or changed some of the receipts a bit,
Right.
to suit what I'm serving on a certain day.
All right, yeah.
So, and there's some other receipt books that are, Martha Washington has written one which has great revisionary receipts in it, where someone went through and kind of interpreted 18th century into modern day terminology, which is very helpful.
Now, in addition to cooking, you also have a great talent for spinning and weaving as well. Which do you prefer, the cooking or the fibers?
Definitely cooking.
Cooking? Okay.
The spinning I do because I knit and crochet, and it was just a way to provide myself with yarn. Weaving I find very tedious.
Okay.
I don't enjoy the mathematics involved in warping a loom. Afterwards, just the weaving is kind of mindless.
Okay, yeah.
So you can throw a movie on and do that, but I enjoy the cooking because you can change it. You know, changing one simple ingredient can change the whole dish.
Absolutely.
So it allows a lot more for an artistic creativity type of mindset, and you're not stuck into one rigid way of doing things.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that, absolutely. So what events are you going to be at next? Like anything at Depreciation Lands, wherever else?
Next week we're doing a Frontier Foods at the Depreciation Lands. I'm going to be doing chicken on a rotisserie with a reflector oven, demonstrating how those work. I'm doing 3 other things, but I don't remember exactly what it is. One is definitely going to be some type of a savory pie, an herb pie or something. Doing some foraging, some cooking with stinging nettles, and some other cattail and.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview and that talk on 18th century cooking. And if you haven't been out to the Neville House, definitely come check us out this season, see what we have to offer. And we have a lot going on. And in addition to that, stay tuned for the next episode, and I will see you all soon.